Hello. So my name is Prasetyo Triwibowo, and with my team, Alfi Shahrins, and also Heidi, and the last one is Ningrum and Sirait, at Medan 10 December 2020. We are coming from Universitas Sumatera Utara, Medan, Indonesia. In our proposal, we are talking about legal problems in the Job Creations Act in the environmental sector, which is mostly talk about the sector in economic also, and focusing in the law itself and environmental in the end of the day. So in our proposals, we have outlined in here. We have 4 outline with subdivisions of subnumber in our third outline. Number 1 is the introductions. Number 2 is the method. Number 3 is the discussions, which also have the sub number, which is 3.1 is a difficulty in supervising and also enforcing the law without an environmental permit. Number 3.2, the removal of environmental permits will reduce the role of the community. And 3.3, the eliminations of environmental permits will reduce the aspect of preventing environmental pollutions and or damage. And number 4 is the conclusions, which also include with our recommendations that what should be done in these proposals. Moving on in our first introductions. The government defines the Omnibus Law as a statutory regulations that contain more than one regulatory content which aims to create independent regulations without being bound. In these cases, is like or at least capable of negating with other regulations. The CLK Omnibus Law seems to have changed the paradigm of business licensing. In our cases, business licensing such as on how the permissions of startup business economic or maybe a small business company that would likely to access themselves to be input in government data. From a permit-based approach to a risk-based approach, and revoking permits and provisions that are considered to hinder the investment in the future. Because in these cases, there's a lot of things that hindering the investment that will be introduction much more and elaborated. Next one. The environment in consider is one of the risks in the business licensing. There are 4 aspects in the preparations and design of the CLK Omnibus Law, namely such as risk-based regulations, abolitions of environmental permits, eliminations of criminal sanctions for administrative violence, and restrictions, because this is the base of our problems that happens in current status quo. Like such as community involvement in the end of the day is also being problematic issue. Therefore, the elimination of environmental permits in the CLK Omnibus Law has the potential to cause several problems, including the following. Number 1, without an environmental permit, the government will find it difficult to carry out supervisions and law enforcement. This is what is going to be happens in status quo where government cannot be able to monitorize the small businesses because this lack of supervisions. Number 2 is whether the eliminations of environmental permits will reduce the opportunity for the community to cancel or correct unlawful decisions related to environmental aspect. And the last one is whether the eliminations of environmental permits will reduce the aspect of preventing environmental pollutions and or the damage itself. Let's moving on into our method. In this method, this research is also a normative judicial study using quantitative methods that apply the law in a concrete, this descriptive manner where the types of the data is used as secondary data obtained through the library research related to the Omnibus Law or copyright law, such as on how the library on the creations of the Omnibus Law itself, and also the process and also the limitations from the Omnibus Law from the beginnings, which going to be included in our next one, which is going to be discussions. In our discussions, we have the A points, which is difficulty in supervising and enforcing the law without any environmental permits. Monitoring is one way to ensure compliance. Environmental permits make it easier to achieve the objective of supervisions because when the government decided to issue a permit or not, the government may contain several requirements, including the obligation of business actor to prevent impact, schedule for compliance monitoring by supervisor officer, the authority of the permit user to implement other policy to encourage compliance, and provide sanction if there is a violation. So this is part of our problems and discussions that ensuring our research will be much more effective in the future. If the environmental permit is revoked, the bureaucracy to carry out supervisions has the potential to become increasingly complicated and uncoordinated. Likewise, data is potentially difficult to access because it is not easily integrated, such as on how the limitation of data that cannot be apprehended by the governments, or there's some certain scenario that small business cannot easily give in their data. Because permits are usually required for activities that require special supervisions and can help determine specific or detailed obligations for each businesses or activity that cannot be regulated solely in regulations. It is therefore clear that the special obligations for each businesses like activity on the one hand will facilitate supervisions and on the other hand provide more certainty for the license holder. And at the B points, the removal of environmental permits will reduce the role of the community. The permit issuance process can give affected communities the right to provide input, which the government can sometimes use as material to determine the condition in the permit. Hence, because we see how the community solely goes into the reality of what's going to be happens in the process of the omnibus law itself, so there is going to be very urgent information that we need to do. Eliminating environmental permits means reducing the opportunity for community participations in the development of an activity. Moreover, the public cannot challenge the decisions to issue permits to the court through administrative law, so that public access to justice is also reduced. In C points, the eliminations of environmental permits will reduce the aspect of preventing environmental pollutions and/or damage. In environmental management, the aspect of prevention is highly prioritized so that no harmful impact of pollutions and/or damage occur. Therefore, an environmental permit that specifies in detail the requirements for prevention is important. Optimizing the preventive aspect through environmental permits certainly has an impact on a business actor and society at T-Rex now. In the end, in our conclusion and recommendations, we have three main factor points. Number one, review option for a risk-based approach and ensure that environmental protection is a major consideration in policy making, namely by not locking up licensing and supervisions only on high-risk activities, because there are risks that are violated in intensity as well as low but systematic risks and identify and rank risks that must be carried out periodically with a mechanism that is transparent and involve the community. Number two, maintain environmental permits with the considerations that an environmental permit is a strategic instrument to monitor the compliance of business actor with environmental quality regulations and standard, and the existence of an environmental permit guarantees public access to be able to participate in environmental decision making and to get justice when their rights are violated. And the last one is maintain the threat of the criminal sanctions for administrative violations, such as including violation of licensing, and maintain even strengthen regulations on the community involvement in line with the principle of sustainable development. Thus, the policy is to accelerate investment and development is chosen to be more inclusive and get support from the community, which is going to be legitimately. I think that's all from our presentations. Thank you very much. You may approach